Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. Today we'll be doing long division of polynomials. And before I start, let us go into the activity of how do we do long division. So if I say 9 divided by 2, and I need to divide this, 2 is referred as the divisor, and 9 is the dividend. So when we're dividing, we say 2 into 9 goes 4 times. Once we're going downwards, we say 4 times 2 to give me 8. Then we subtract to get the remainder, which is 1. So the quotient is 4 and the remainder is 1. So we write it as 4 times 1 over 2. So write it as 4.5. So we're going to apply this concept with variables. So let's take, for example, x cubed minus 2x squared plus 4x take away 5. And it's divided by x take away 1. Now, we are going to do this by long division. So x minus 1 is considered to be the divisor, and the dividend is the polynomial, which is x cubed minus 2x squared plus 4x take away 5. So when we're dividing this, we're always going to be using the x to divide the polynomial. So this x, we're divided into x cubed. So in other words, I have x cubed over x. And x cubed means we have 3 x's in the numerator. So we are going to cancel one of the x in the numerator with one of the x in the denominator. So x into x cubed, we will be left with x squared. So I'm going to have that in my numerator. Once I have the first variable in my quotient, I will be multiplying to get the variable below the x cubed. So just as how we say 2 into 9 was 4 times, and then 4 times 2 to give me 8. So we see x into x cubed gives us x squared. Now we're going to multiply, so we have x squared times x. That will give us x cubed. Then x squared times negative 1, that's minus x squared. Now, just as before, when we say 4 times 2 gives us 8, we now subtract to get the remainder. So we will be subtracting here. Now, x cubed minus x cubed, that's 0. The negative and the negatives will be changing this x squared to positive. So what we have is minus 2x squared plus x squared to give us minus x squared. Now, because we still have a variable, it means we can go further, where we can divide x into minus x squared. So we can divide minus x squared by x. One of the x cancel, so I'm left with negative x. So this negative x will go in the quotient area. When we have this result, we're now going to multiply. So minus x times x, that gives us negative x squared. Then minus x times negative 1, that gives us positive x. Now, if you realize you have a plus 4x, so we can carry it down. So The plus for x goes beside the minus x squared that we have here. Then we're going to have the bracket, subtraction sign, draw my line. Now, the first two combination will always be 0, which is the variable. So negative times negative, that is positive. So minus x squared plus x squared, that is 0. 4x minus x, that is 3x. Now again, after subtracting and we're still having an x in the remainder section, it means that we can go further. So going further, this x that I have in my rectangular box, I'll be dividing into 3x. So in other words, I have 3x being divided by x. These cancel, so I'm left with positive 3. So in the quotient area, I will write the positive 3. So what I have now, I'll be multiplying this 3 by the x minus 1. So we have 3 times x, that gives us 3x. Then positive 3 times negative 1 gives us negative 3. Now this minus 5, I will be carrying it down. So we have minus 5, have my bracket, subtraction sign. Again, these two will always be 0. Negative times negative, that's positive. So we have minus 5 plus 3 to give us negative 2. So our remainder is negative 2. And this is where we will stop. Why is that the case? Because we don't have a variable in the remainder. Once there's no variable, meaning it's a constant, 0, or a number greater than 0, then we can stop. So that means our quotient is x squared minus x plus 3. So this is our quotient, and the remainder is negative 2. So look at this polynomial. 2x cubed minus 4x squared minus 3x plus 4 divided by x minus 3. Just to remind you with numbers, if I'm dividing 9 by 2, I say 2 into 9 goes 4 times. Then we say 4 times 2 gives me 8. Then we subtract to get the remainder 1. So we'll be doing the same thing. So the divisor is x minus 3. And the dividend is 2x cubed minus 4x squared minus 3x plus 4. Now, the x is what we use to divide with. So we say x into 2x cubed. Again, it's like saying 2x cubed divided by x. One of the x cancels, so I'm left with an x squared in the numerator. So in the quotient area, I will have 2x squared. So it's like we have in the 4, and then we say 4 times 2. So we'll be saying 2x squared times all of what we have as a divisor. So 2x squared times x, that gives us 2x cubed. Then 2x squared times negative 3, that gives us negative 6x squared. Have my brackets, subtraction sign. Again, 2x cubed minus 2x cubed, it's always going to give us 0 here. The negative times negative gives us positive. So we have minus 4x squared plus 6x squared to give us positive 2x squared. Then we go ahead, since we have an x squared here, we have to go ahead and divide it by x. So 2x squared divided by x, these cancel. So what we are left with in the quotient is 2x. Then we multiply the 2x by all of what we have as a divisor. So 2x times x gives you 2x squared. Then 2x times negative 3, that's minus 6x. Then we carry down the negative 3x. Have this in brackets, subtraction sign. 2x squared minus 2x squared, that's 0. Negative times negative, positive. So minus 3x plus 6x gives you positive 3x. Since we still have an x, we have to go ahead and divide. So x into 3x gives us 3. And just remember how we got the 3. We divide 3x by x. This cancels, so the x into the x cancels. So what we have here is a 3. Then we see 3 times x gives us 3x. 3 times negative 3, that is negative 9. Carried on the 4. Have our subtraction sign. Now let me have this in a different color. So 3 minus 3, that's 0. Negative and negative is positive. So it's 4 plus 9 to give us 13. So it means my remainder is 13. So this is my remainder, and my quotient is 2x squared plus 2x plus 3. Not all the time we're given a polynomial where we're seeing x cubed, x squared, x, and the constant. So we rewrite it in a form where we are seeing the x squared. So we have it as x cubed plus 0x squared plus x minus 3, where 0x squared really doesn't change what's happening with the polynomial. So 0 times x squared, it has no value. It's just a placeholder. So now to divide this polynomial, so by now you should be seeing x into x cubed, that's going to give us x squared. Then we see x squared times x gives us x cubed. Then x squared times 2 gives you positive 2x squared. Draw the line, have the subtraction sign. These two will give us 0, while 0x squared minus 2x squared is a negative 2x squared. Then we see x into minus 2x squared gives you minus 2x. Minus 2x times x gives us minus 2x squared. Then minus 2x times positive 2 gives us negative 4x. Once you have this, you can write the brackets, subtraction sign, carrying down the x, so it'd be positive x. Draw a line, negative times negative, positive. So again, it's always going to be 0 here. Negative times negative, positive. So x plus 4x gives us positive 5x. Still having an x, so we have to go again and say x into 5x gives us 5. Then 5 times x gives us 5x. Then 5 times 2 gives us 10. Carry down the negative 3. So we have the negative 3 here, subtraction sign. So 5x minus 5x, that's 0. Minus 3 minus 10, because negative times positive, that gives us negative, gives you negative 30. So it means our quotient is x squared minus 2x plus 5, and our remainder is negative 30. Please don't forget to press that subscribe button, like my video, and view my other videos. Have a good day.